The Ford Pinto might not be the first car that comes to mind when considering excitement or innovation. Let's face it, most people know the Pinto for its reputation as a basic economy car with some unfortunate controversies. But what if I told you there's a version of the Pinto that's anything but boring? That's right, let me introduce you to the Ford Pinto Pangra, a car that turned a humble little commuter into something worth a double take. In 1971, Ford launched the Pinto as a budget-friendly car to compete with the rising tide of imports like the Volkswagen Beetle and Toyota Corolla. It was meant to be simple, cheap, and reliable. Nothing fancy, just a no-frills car for everyday people. It had a lightweight body, a small four-cylinder engine, and a price tag under $2,000. In short, it did its job. But it wasn't exactly the kind of car people dreamed about. Still, something special was brewing beneath the surface. The Pinto's lightweight design and rear-wheel drive layout had potential, and one man saw that potential and decided to take action. And now that's where Jack Stratton's ingenuity comes into play. Stratton, who worked at Huntington Ford in California, had a bold vision to transform the unremarkable Pinto into a performance car that could stand toe-to-toe with the sports cars of the time. In the early 1970s, he brought that vision to life by creating the Pangra, a custom, high-performance version of the Pinto that was far from ordinary. The name Pangra may sound exotic, but it was all about taking something simple and elevating it to the extraordinary. The Ford Pinto is often remembered for being a basic, no-frills economy car, but its sporty cousin, the Pangra, was anything but ordinary. On the outside, the Pangra looked nothing like the regular Pinto. Ford had enlisted fiberglass expert Bob Crow to give it a striking new look. The front end was extended by 10 inches, adding sleek, shark-like lines and hidden pop-up headlights, giving the car a sharp, aggressive stance. It didn't just look cool, it looked fast. The car sat lower, with a more athletic posture that hinted at the performance upgrades hiding underneath the hood. Inside, the Pangra continued to impress. Gone were the dull, utilitarian features of the regular Pinto. The cabin was fitted with custom bucket seats and a center console, transforming the car into something that felt more like a performance machine than a daily commuter. The dashboard came with sportier gauges, making the Pangra feel more like a cockpit than an ordinary car. But the real magic of the Pangra was under the hood. The Pinto's standard engine was swapped out for something much more powerful, a turbocharged 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine. While the regular Pinto's engine was designed for efficiency, the Pangra was made for speed. The turbocharged engine kicked out a whopping 175 horsepower, far more than the Pinto's humble 90 horsepower. This engine gave the Pangra the performance it needed to compete with sports cars of the era. It was also fitted with upgraded suspension and brakes, designed to handle the extra power and ensure the vehicle could corner and stop like a dream. The Pangra wasn't just a looker. It was surprisingly capable on winding roads and even on the track. The transformation didn't stop with the engine. Stratton, the mastermind behind the Pangra, teamed up with a K. Miller, a turbocharging expert, to fit a turbocharger onto the Pinto's small engine. This upgrade pushed the Pinto's power to an impressive 175 horsepower, making the car capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.5 seconds. To put that into perspective, this was faster than cars like the Datsun 240Z and Porsche 914 at the time. The Pangra was more than just an eye-catching vehicle. It was a true performer. Stratton didn't stop there. He worked with Coney to source specially tuned shocks, lowering the car by 2 inches and revising the suspension geometry to make the Pangra even more agile and responsive. With its lightweight frame and nimble handling, the Pangra was perfect for tight corners and twisty roads. For those who were interested, the Pangra wasn't just a concept car. It was available for purchase, and it was priced at around $5,000. Huntington Ford in California sold fully assembled Pangras, complete with Recaro racing seats and custom dashboards. For the more adventurous, there were also kits available for home assembly. These kits allowed car enthusiasts to build their own Pangra at home, giving them a taste of the performance and style of this special car. Unfortunately, the Pangra's production run was short-lived. It was only made between 1972 and 1973, with an estimated 20 to 50 fully built cars sold and a few hundred kits distributed. This limited production means that spotting a Pangra today is a rare sight, almost like finding a needle in a haystack. Still, those few cars that were made have left a lasting impression on automotive history, showing that with a little creativity and passion, even the most ordinary vehicles can be transformed into something extraordinary. The Pangra, sold as a dealership special through Huntington Ford, cost almost double the price of a standard Pinto, making it a niche offering from the start. The idea was simple: take the humble Pinto and turn it into something exciting. Unfortunately, the Pangra's time in the spotlight was brief, and finding one in its original, completed form is scarce today. There are only a handful of dealership finished cars known to exist, and now and then, you might find a Pinto with a Pangra-style nose. But the true Pangra is a hidden gem in automotive history. It isn't easy to pinpoint exactly how long the Pangra lasted. The program may have been in full swing when Pinto's controversy began to unfold in the mid-1970s, particularly the safety issues surrounding its fuel tank design. Those issues hit the Pinto hard, and they may have been the final nail in the coffin for the Pangra project. Despite its innovative design and impressive performance upgrades, the Pangra largely faded into obscurity. But for those who were lucky enough to experience it, the Pangra's history is marked by a combination of excitement and misfortune. While it was sold as a kit through Huntington Ford, buyers had the option to either purchase a fully completed car or upgrade their existing Pinto. This made the Pangra accessible to a small group of enthusiasts looking to add performance to a vehicle that was mostly known for its practicality. But unfortunately, the timing couldn't have been worse. The early 1970s were a challenging time for performance cars. The organization of the petroleum exporting country's oil crisis was causing gas prices to skyrocket. Stricter emissions regulations were being enforced, and insurance costs for high-performance cars were rising. These factors made cars like the Pangra less appealing to the average buyer. To make matters worse, Pinto's reputation had already taken a hit due to safety concerns, particularly the issues with its fuel tank design that led to high-profile lawsuits and recalls. Even though the Pangra was a far cry from the original Pinto in terms of design and performance, it couldn't fully escape the shadow of its predecessor's bad press. For all its potential and excitement, the Pangra was weighed down by the stigma of being based on a car that was already known for its flaws. Despite all these challenges, the Pangra remains an important and rare part of automotive history. Today, it's a reminder of what can happen when creativity meets ambition. The Pangra showed that even a basic economy car like the Pinto could be transformed into something truly remarkable with the right vision and effort. The Pangra was a turbocharged head-turner, a car that dared to defy expectations and become something far greater than what it was ever intended to be. It's a car that represents the spirit of innovation and the willingness to push the boundaries of what's possible in automotive design. The Pinto, once seen as a simple and unexciting vehicle, was transformed into a performance car that could rival some of the best sports cars of its time. The Pangra will always stand as a shining example of what can be achieved when you take a risk and dare to dream big. Although it may have been short-lived, the story of the Pangra is one of those timeless tales in the automotive world that inspires us to see potential where others might see nothing more than a basic car. This might be the story of a car I've shared with you to inspire you. But now it's time to ask, what big automotive project will you tackle this year? Feel free to share your ideas with us in the comments section below. And don't forget to support us by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell to stay updated. Until next time, stay safe. Everyone,